Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Thursday, March 14th, 2019. Let's take a look at Boeing today, folks, down about $2.50 on the day. Small down day considering what it's done recently. The stock collapsing from near 450 to a low of almost 360 on the charts in the last really 2-week period. Now, the key is, first off, we're going to talk about where the target is, where you're going to look to buy this stock, because many people are already inching in. I think they are early based on multiple factors that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, and I'll give you the exact entry range that I'm looking for. Before we get into that, I would like to just turn back the clock about 2 weeks ago when I saw this reversal candle. Notice right here on Boeing, you opened higher and you reversed the entire day, and it happened to come on a day when the market went up the whole entire day. And I pointed that out. I actually did a video about it, and I pointed out that reversal on Boeing as being a possible top in the stock. And certainly that was that, and look at the fall that it's had since then. Now, looking at current price action, the stock obviously down just about $2.50 today. Still hasn't reached yesterday's lows or the lows from the other day when it had that big drop and gap down. But nonetheless, I'm telling you right now, this is going lower, and I'm going to tell you why. So first off, as I've said, many talking heads out there are already saying, "Oh, this is a buy. This is a no-brainer. Look at what happened when they had the battery fires a few years ago. You know, that was a no-brainer buy." This is different, but mainly the charts are telling me that. But also, I'll talk about some fundamental reasons. So, first off, where is the buy? Well, first of all, you see the daily 200 below 360 here, folks. So you got to at least go touch that. I actually think it'll go and pierce that level, and I'm going to show you why right now. So the 200's your first, that's your upper range of the range. So that's around 359, 358. But I actually think it's going to go as low as 350, and I'm going to show you why. So first off, you have to look at multiple time frames. So we have right off the bat, right down 359 right here. So 359 is our first level. Now let's go to the weekly chart. So the weekly touched the 20 moving average, but look at the 50 lurking right there. The 50 moving average is at 355.80. So now you have a level that's just below that 359 at 355.80. And the next factor I want to show you here is going to your Fibonacci retracement lines. Fibs are amazing, folks. They are something that every trader should use. If you put in a low pivot here and you put the high right in there, all right, look at what you get. You get 351 right there as a 618 Fibonacci retrace. So to me, that's the target, 350, 351. If you want to start accumulating around 355, I think that's fine too. But the point is, this has got another $20 minimally to the downside to go from current levels until you get a buy. And what you look for based on the PPT methodology, and let me just summarize the PPT here. It's the proprietary analysis we use here. PPT stands for price, pattern, and time. And basically what you do is you look for multiple factors in one area of price, pattern, and time. So you look for a price, you look for a pattern, and you look for a time factor in that range. And if you can get two of the three factors there, then it's going to tell you that there's an 80% success rate right at that level or in that range. So that's really what I'm looking for here. And what I see here is based on the weekly 50, the daily 200, and the Fibonacci 618, that's the likely target of this. Plus, you have the even number of 350, which is going to end up being a good support level as well. So again, I think that's where this is headed, which is at least $20 lower from here, maybe as much as 25. I will be waiting patiently to play some long action off of that level and look for this stock to bounce off of 350. All right. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is just, a lot of you guys probably are more fundamental. I'm pure technical, but I think it's important to remember that, you have Boeing pulling. There's all these Max 8s getting pulled out of use right now around the world. All these airlines around the world are going to want compensation for the missed revenue. So they're having to cancel flights. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're not going to just be like, oh darn, this was a error in software, and stinks for us. We're not going to be able to use these for a month, 2 months, or whatever it takes. So I want to make that clear, folks, is that they're going to want money. And we're not just talking about one airline here. We're talking about pretty much every airline all over the world. There's only Boeing and Airbus. So you either got Airbus or you got Boeing. Most of these airlines have a lot of Boeing, obviously. That's why the stock has been so on fire lately. And That's going to be, I mean, you're talking a billion plus at least in compensation there. Then you talk about, they might have some insurance for the crashes, but my guess is the insurance won't cover everything. I mean, this is a technical. This wasn't air pilot, pilot error that, where you can't really blame anyone but the pilot. This is specifically a Boeing issue, a software issue. That's a lot of litigation, a lot of potential stuff on their plate. I'm guessing at least another billion plus there in costs associated with compensation and litigation. And then you have on top of that the hurt to the brand. So now everyone's hearing about Boeing and you can't trust Boeing and the brand is now tarnished. And then you have orders going forward that some of them could be canceled. Again, who knows what some of these airlines that had ordered, God knows, I think Boeing had 6 years out of orders. Um, of inventory of orders being ordered and so forth. So, I mean, you're talking. I think it's $3 to $5 billion that this is going to end up costing them, at least in the short term, over the next 6 months. That's huge. I mean, that's huge, folks. You could see them post a loss for a quarter or two based on this. So, I mean, in the very least, the stock has fallen, which is good, so it's compensating for that. It's factoring that in, but I still think, again, it's got more downside here to that 350-ish, 355 area. And again, that's my 2 cents. That's what the charts are telling me. Then if you look at the fundamentals, which again, I don't pay as much attention to, but I know a lot of you guys do, I think that's one way to look at it, and that's my take on Boeing. So as we see Boeing starting to come down a little bit here, now almost down $3. I don't necessarily know when it's going to hit 350. I think there's another shoot a drop or two for this. I mean, Boeing's going to get called up to Capitol Hill and, in front of Congress and all this stuff. My guess is that'll probably be right around the lows when it's at 350. People will probably get nervous going into that, and then that'll be the buying opportunity. But again, here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, I will be alerting our members when that level gets tagged, when I think it's time to take a position, when I take a position on this, and we'll look to make some good money. So that's my 2 cents on Boeing, folks. Take it for what it's worth. Thank you all for tuning in, and again, join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take the 7-day free trial. Take care.